So you're looking for a new accountant. Is your previous accountant retiring? Did you hire someone with the right skill sets, but you've grown and they haven't? Or perhaps this is the first time you've needed an accountant. Perhaps you've been managing your own books, doing your own taxes, but it's getting too complicated, or you have too little time. Perhaps your needs have grown beyond your capabilities. Well, don't be embarrassed. It happens to us all. Well, I put this together to give you an idea of what you can expect in that process. Obviously, I can talk about industry standards, my own processes, but I can't expect the unexpected. You may experience tons of situations outside of these scenarios. First, word of caution. Finding a good accountant may not be easy, especially if you need a CPA. I hear about CPAs who don't return phone calls or inquiries, or can only reply that they are overwhelmed, not taking any more clients. And you can expect that trend to continue. In 2019, the American Institute of CPAs estimated that 75% of US CPAs are already at retirement age. Meanwhile, the number of CPA candidates are dropping, and it's no mystery why. The rewards are just not worth the amount of time, effort, and money one must put out to get this designation. CPAs entering the field have to learn it and navigate an increasingly complex body of knowledge and work lonely and unreasonable hours for surprisingly little pay and very little support and encouragement. Burnout is extremely common. I might have made a different choice myself had I known how hard it was going to be. In fact, the industry can be downright exploitative. For example, in Maine, I once worked at a larger firm as a senior audit associate, where I supervised the younger staff accountants and interns. Several of them confided to me that they would take work home, work off the clock on things that they could not be expected to be familiar with. There was no communication about the expectations on this, but I counseled them that if an employer knows what you can do, but is assigning you work that you currently can't do, they're hiring you to learn. They were clearly not comfortable with that advice, and, spoiler alert, turned out they knew more than I did. So I began asking my way up the chain of command on behalf of these staff, expecting to find that the managers and supervisors would be horrified to hear what was going on. Instead, I was horrified. They made it clear in not so few words that they wanted the overwhelmed staff to take work home, do it for free, so these managers and supervisors would make better on their goals and bonuses. Unsurprisingly, after these conversations, I found myself suddenly out of a job. And I asked about this situation in future job interviews, and more often than not, received some pretty sketchy answers. So you might be asking yourself now, wait, shouldn't this CPA be busy serving all the clients lined up outside his door? Well, I may have different priorities. I put education first. In my experience, communication such as this greases the wheels of the relationship between customer and provider. The more we identify our expectations, the smoother the relationship will be. It's part of my philosophy to automate the accounting and humanize the relationship. So I'll be presenting this short series about the following topics, trying to keep each one down to 5 minutes or less. 1. Who are these professionals? What do the letters after the name mean? And how do you know what expertise you're looking for? 2. Where do you start your search? Where can these professionals be found? And how can you tell which ones are the right ones and which ones are the wrong ones? 3. How do you interview these accountants? Or how do they interview you? And how can you tell which one is the best fit? And finally, 4. You made the best choice you can make. What can you expect from this relationship?